Illinois Congressman and Air Force pilot, Congressman Adam Kinzinger, goes on the record. Good evening, sir.
Hey, Greta.
Great news that ISIS is losing territory. But what's the story about changing strategy?
Yeah, I think what's important to remember is they may be losing territory, but I don't think they're close to losing all their territory. So they're going to continue to have a base of operations for a while. Raqqa and other places in Syria, Iraq, Mosul, still the second largest city in Iraq, still occupied by ISIS, even though that battle's forthcoming. So this isn't an imminent thing, but what I think they're recognizing is what we all knew is eventually ISIS is going to lose. And so now they're realizing that and saying, in kind of last desperation, we need to go out and basically do these shootings, blow things up, whatever we can to bring attention to ourselves and recruit.
Well, I remember I think it was the last time you were on, you were talking about, I thought it was interesting about how, what was so attractive of ISIS because they're winning. Like, I think you gave this, it's like everybody in Chicago wants to wear the Bulls shirt when the Bulls are winning. Packers, they always want to wear Packers. But anyway, but now if ISIS is losing, does that really impinge on their ability to fundraise with social media and to inspire? I mean, isn't that a really good sign?
Yeah, I think it has an impact because now somebody that's basically on the edge of jihadism. So maybe they believe that this is actually the foretold caliphate in the Quran. Maybe they believe that. Well, when they see that they're actually losing ground and they see that they might be defeated, now all of a sudden you think maybe this isn't the foretold caliphate, and so that's important. The other thing, though, too, is again, when ISIS is winning, when they're perceived as winning, everybody wants to be part of a winning team, especially in this case, people on the edge of it. If you see that they're losing, people don't necessarily willingly go to their death. They may be willing to die, but they don't choose to do it in the onset.
Does this, I mean, isn't this, and not that we should be looking necessarily in these terms, but since we've hit President Obama over the head for things, isn't this something President Obama, I mean, this says his strategy is working? I
think his strategy, and I've always said that his strategy will work eventually, because, I mean, you can put enough bombs on target, you can wear down the enemy to eventually make some gains. The problem is it's taken very long, and I think it's going to take a lot longer. I don't think we're at the end yet. But the other thing is what comes after ISIS. This is a long generational fight we have. Just like it took the Cold War 50 years to win the war on ideas, that's the fight we're going to be in now, because otherwise you're going to have ISIS 2, Al-Qaeda 3, the next generation of these continually until we win that.
I think if President Obama would say is that, yes, it's going to take some time, but but in this stage we didn't lose a lot of American boots on the ground. So, his strategy has worked, maybe not as fast. We didn't lose a lot of Americans. I know we lost a couple. And if it's going to impede their fundraising and inspiration, that we're on the right track.
I think there's positive momentum here. To say, though, that this is the end of the caliphate, it's not. To say that Raqqa is going to somehow be liberated soon, it's not. What we're hearing is, though, that ISIS is recognizing they're losing territory and saying to prevent us from losing more territory and to keep this movement alive, we now have to strike outward, and we've seen the results of that everywhere.
And I should say, I've been very hard on the president for the different terrorist attacks around the world because I thought it was as a result of that we weren't moving faster on ISIS. So anyway, but this is certainly a positive sign tonight.
It is.
Anyway, Congressman, nice to see you, sir.
Thanks.